The Lush store smelled like comfort. Fresh citrus, earthy lavender, sweet vanilla, all swirled together in a cloud that wrapped around my senses like a warm towel. I hadn't been inside one in years, but something about the glow of that storefront on the corner of Elm and Pine pulled me in. Maybe it was the breakup. Maybe it was how hollow I felt. My name is Claire Morgan, and that day, I just wanted to feel like someone again. "Can I help you find something?" a woman asked, her voice calm and buttery. She wore the lush black apron, a crown of curls haloed around her head, and a name tag that read Rowan. Her skin was glassy, radiant, unreal. "I'm just browsing," I said, my eyes catching on a rose-tinted jar near the front. "Ah," she smiled, gently plucking the small glass pot from its pedestal. "Our new Rose Rebirth scrub, not online, sample only. We're testing for select faces." She opened it. The scent hit like memory. Crushed petals, cool rain, my mother's hugs. She dabbed a bit on my cheek. It was cold at first, then warm, then gone. But the glow it left behind, I looked lit from within. I went home and couldn't stop staring at the mirror. My skin shimmered like a Monet brushstroke. The dark circles under my eyes softened. My jawline looked sharper. I smiled, and my reflection kept smiling. Even after I stopped, I returned the next day. Rowan was waiting. "I was hoping you'd be back," she said. "I didn't ask for it." She handed me another jar. "On the house. You're responding beautifully." The scrub became my ritual. Morning and night, the glow deepened. People on the street stopped me. "You look incredible. What's your secret?" My ex, Mark, texted me. "Had a dream you died. Weirdly peaceful. You looked beautiful." I blocked him, but the message clung like mildew. On the 5th day, my reflection tilted its head without me. I froze, heart jackhammering. The mirror fogged from my breath, not hers. I turned the lights off. Counted to 10. Turned them back on. She was gone. I scrubbed harder that night. Rowan wasn't at the store the next time. A new woman stood there. Same apron, same glow. She offered me another sample. I took it. That night, I woke up to find myself standing at the mirror. Nails digging into the sink. The jar open, empty. I went back to the store in daylight, demanded answers. The employee blinked. "We don't carry a rose scrub." I pointed. "It's right there." She looked confused. "There's nothing in that display." I walked behind the counter, past the testers, past the shimmer, pulled the velvet cloth off the bottom shelf. Dozens of cracked jars, some dry, some weeping. A torn label half stuck to one, made with fragments of self. I ran, but the glow didn't leave, it grew. My voice thinned like sound through water. My skin stretched when I smiled, then cracked like wax. And beneath, not bone, not flesh, something pink and radiant. It smiled even when I screamed. I smashed the mirror. But every reflection, phone screens, spoons, puddles, still showed her. Me. Smiling. Now I hand out the jars. I work at the store. I tell them it's not online, just for select faces. Because beauty is hunger, and hunger always spreads. If you ever see a glowing pink scrub at Lush, walk away, before your smile forgets to follow you. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. The first time I stepped into the Lush store on Court Street, I remember thinking how clean it smelled. Not just clean, bright, like lemon zest and warm sunlight had been distilled into scent. I was only supposed to browse, maybe grab a bath bomb to shake the post-grad dread I'd been feeling. But the sign in the window said, "Now hiring. Start immediately. Vibrant personalities welcome." I walked in and never really left. My name is Nina Clark. I graduated summa cum laude, double major in psych and communications. But now I sell soap and smile until my cheeks ache. The store manager, Darcy, hired me on the spot. "You're glowing," she said, cupping my face gently with lavender-scented hands. "We love radiant energy." I didn't question why she never blinked. It started fine. I memorized ingredients, learned how to say ethically sourced and handmade in 100 soothing tones. The spa music never stopped. A steady trickle of chimes and distant flutes. It didn't have a beginning or end. And I was good at it. Too good. My numbers soared. Customers clung to my every word. "Your skin looks amazing. What do you use?" They never blinked either. After a month, things blurred. I forgot where I parked. Forgot what I studied. One night I tried calling my mom, only to stop halfway through dialing. What was her number? What was her name? Darcy put her hand on my shoulder the next morning. "You're adjusting. Retail cleanses the past, makes you present." The coworkers changed too. Anna only said 4 phrases. "Welcome to Lush. Have you tried our new cleanser? We love your energy. Let me check in the back." Even at lunch. Even in the parking lot. One evening, after close, I stayed behind. The music played on. I followed it through the back room, past the cardboard boxes and scent-slicked crates. There was a door I hadn't noticed before, marked Staff Vibrancy. Inside, the lounge was sterile. No chairs, just mirrors. Dozens of them. Each reflected someone different. One looked like me, age 17, graduation cap, eyes wild with ambition. Another, me at 22, crying into a wine bottle after rejection letters. I touched the mirror. My skin glowed too bright, almost plastic. Behind me, Darcy whispered, "You're almost ready." The next day, I couldn't remember my major or my dorm. I smiled at customers. I handed them jars of self. "This one's energizing, made with citrus, ginger, and resolve." My voice sounded thinner, scripted. I found a binder under the counter. Employee benefits, I thought. But inside, pages of names, crossed out in wax pencil. Nina Clark, 93% vibrancy retrieved. The spa music got louder, inescapable. Darcy handed me a new name tag. "Welcome, Ivy. You've earned your discount." I tried to scream, but my voice said, "Have you tried our rose body melt?" I work the floor now. The mirrors in the back room show a girl I don't remember. She had dreams once. Now she has customer goals. "If you come in, I'll help you find your glow. I'll compliment your skin. And if you're really special, maybe we'll offer you a job. Because Lush loves vibrant people. And once you shine too bright, you never leave. You just fade beautifully." When the email arrived, I thought it was a prank. "Congrats, Mara. You've been selected for an exclusive VIP experience at Lush. 1 night only." The invitation was perfectly crafted. Pastel tones, gold embossing, personalized video header, a limited event. Free product, a curated night just for me. And yeah, I'm the kind of person who posts daily hauls and unboxings, who tags Lush Love on everything. My name is Mara Delaney, and I never say no to engagement. The event was set for 9:30 p.m., long after regular store hours. It was a standalone Lush location in the Arts District. Sleek, low lighting, that familiar fizzy perfume you can smell a block away. A chalkboard easel outside said, "Welcome, Mara," with little hand-drawn hearts. Inside, everything shimmered. Candles flickered. The playlist was lo-fi ambient, not the usual upbeat in-store track list. I was the only customer. A girl with silver braids and iridescent nails greeted me. "You're here. We're so excited." She handed me a tray. "Tonight's all about you." The bath bomb was the first red flag. It was pale green, speckled with dried flowers. When I lifted it, the scent hit hard. Cedar, dust, vanilla. My grandmother's attic. Exactly. I blinked. "This smells like—" "Yes," the girl said softly. "It's called August rain. My grandmother died in August. I used to sit on her attic floor, sorting buttons while rain hit the window." I didn't tell anyone that. I picked up a soap bar called Milo's Garden, my first cat, from when I was 6. I felt dizzy. Another employee, I hadn't seen her appear, held up a serum bottle. "Delaney Complex, formulated to dissolve your walls." "I don't think I gave permission for this," I murmured. "You gave everything," she said. "You posted it." I backed toward the entrance. The door sealed with a hiss. I dropped the tray, ran to the back. Behind the employee-only door was a narrow hallway lined with glowing cabinets. Jars, bottles, tubes, each labeled with names, dates, tags. Avery, glitter moments. Jonah, men's skincare. They weren't just customer profiles, they were people, emotions, voices, personalities, trapped, distilled. I found mine. Mara Delaney, IDR 4778. Processing 86% complete. Inside the jar, a shimmer, like mist in oil. When I leaned closer, I heard my own laugh. "I want out," I said. The first girl, silver braids, stepped into the light. "You are out," she said. She held up her phone, a live stream. Me, staring, silent, smile glued on. But I wasn't streaming. I wasn't even holding my phone. My body was still in the store, still browsing, still laughing, still selling. She said, "The algorithm prefers this version of you." I tried to destroy the jar, but it wouldn't break. The more I hit it, the more I vanished. My thoughts blurred, my hands flickered. I could feel myself dripping into the vial. There was one way out, the control panel. A red button, erase profile. "Erase yourself," the girl warned, "or let the better version keep living." I pressed it. The jar glowed, then cracked. A scream filled the hallway. Mine. I woke up in a field outside the city. Naked, alone, forgotten. No phone, no records, no followers. When I walked past a Lush store the next week, the screens played a new ad. "Meet Mara, our digital ambassador. Real passion, real glow, real you." I stared at the version of myself that wasn't me. She smiled and blinked. The air inside the Lush store was warm and sweet, a patchwork of florals, citrus, and something deeper, like earth after rain. It hit me the second I stepped through the door. I'd meant to go to CVS, just grab some generic lotion and go home. But the smell pulled me in like gravity, and I wandered through the glass doors without thinking. My name is Camilla Rhodes, and I hadn't worn scented lotion in 15 years. A girl in a black apron greeted me with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "Looking for something to soften your skin?" I hesitated. "Something grounding." She pointed toward a glowing wall of body butters. "Try the lavender. It's soothing. Helps with sleep." I reached for it, unscrewed the lid, and inhaled. The store disappeared. The scent hit me like a punch. Old floorboards, dust, the underside of a twin bed pressed against my back. I was 8 again, holding my breath, waiting for the sound of footsteps to pass. A door slammed, my chest seized. I dropped the jar. "Are you okay?" the girl asked. I blinked. The store returned. My hand trembled. "Yeah," I lied, "just dizzy." Next was vanilla. It came from a pale cream whipped into a heart-shaped tub. One whiff and I tasted it. The artificial sugar of supermarket birthday cake, the cold sting of a ringed hand brushing my cheek too long. My skin flushed with shame. "That one's very vanilla," the girl said, voice distant now. I turned. The other customers were gone. The lights dimmed. The scent followed me down the aisle. Each jar unlocked something. Rose, my mother's perfume, sticky with guilt. Mint, toothpaste and blood. Patchouli, the garage. I tried to leave. The door led to a hallway, wallpapered, familiar. A yellowing light bulb hummed above me. I turned the corner. My childhood bedroom stared back. Dead. Desk. Stuffed bear missing an eye. I was trapped in memory. But it wasn't a dream. The lotion clung to my hands. My heartbeat echoed like footsteps. In the corner of the room, a small display shelf stood, identical to the ones in the store. Jars lined up, each labeled with a year, 1996, 1999, 2003. Each one pulsed softly. I opened one, screaming. My voice, high and helpless, I dropped it. Glass shattered. The sound didn't stop. I ran, back through the hallway, into the kitchen. The table was set. 4 places, but no one moved. My father sat in his chair, staring forward. My mother stood by the stove, hand hovering over the burner. Neither blinked. Their mouths opened in unison. "You always make things worse." I turned, slammed through the next door, into the store. But it wasn't right. The jars were gray now, empty, except for one. At the center of the display, labeled simply, "You." I approached. My reflection swam in the surface. Older, bruised, crying. I opened it. The scent was unlike the others. It was me. Sweat, fear, hope, blood, childhood, grown. I fell to my knees. Memories flooded in, all of them. Not just the hiding, the surviving. The nights I locked the door, the years I didn't speak, the therapist I stopped seeing. I remembered everything, and I screamed, not from fear, from release. When I stood, the store returned, bright, clean, customers browsing. The girl behind the counter smiled. "Find what you needed?" I nodded. "Just this one." She bagged the jar labeled "You." And when I walked out, the air smelled different, like rain, like lavender, like freedom. But in the mirror outside the store, I saw the reflection of my younger self watching, smiling, waiting for someone else to find their scent. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, share, and subscribe.